the law. No, teach the law so people are aware of the law. Now, what is the purpose of the commandments? What is the purpose? The purpose of the commandments is so you can see what is right and what is wrong. Thou shalt not kill. Hey, killing is wrong. Don't do it. All right. Actually, one of my favorites is honor thy father and mother. All right. If you have kids, that's a huge one. You should be repeating that in your household. Hey, honor thy father and mother. All right. That is huge. Love your neighbor. That is one of those harder ones. Like love your neighbor. Hey, practicing that is, man, that's a huge one. Now here you go. For I say to you that unless your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven. So you want to be righteous. You want to know what God's righteousness is, and you want to follow it. 21. You have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not murder, and whoever murders will be in danger of the judgment. So now we're talking about murder. All right, remember that's one of the commands. Thou shalt not kill. But I say to you that whoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of judgment. So do not be angry with a brother without a cause. So the laws, we're talking about the laws here, right? Jesus is talking about the laws. Murder. But I say to you, whoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of judgment. And whoever says to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. But whoever says, you fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar, so he's saying, hey, don't be angry with your brother. One thing that Jesus talked about a lot is loving your neighbor, loving one another as I have loved you. Jesus tells us that. He's huge on loving your neighbor. And here he's talking about, like, if you have a hate in your brother, hey, that's just as bad as murder. That's what he's saying here. It says here, therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar, so if you go to the altar and you're like, you have hate in your heart, and there remember that your brother has something against you. So this is what you do. If you know somebody, you have something against a brother or you have some hate in your heart, this is what you shall do. Jesus telling us here, leave your gift there before the altar and go your way, for be reconciled to your brother and then come and offer your gift. So reconcile with your brother is priority. That is huge. Dude, that is huge. The Jesus saying here, a huge priority is to reconcile with your brother. All right, get rid of that hate. Like, you know what? I had a grudge and, I need to get this grudge off me. Hey, reconcile with your brother. Like, hey, I'm sorry. I raised my voice, or hey, I'm sorry that, I did this. I came off the wrong way. Hey, create peace. Remember, it says here, blessed are the peacemakers. All right. Jesus is very repetitive. Like, this is huge. All right. So if you have a grudge against somebody, like, hey, make peace. All right. Reconcile. Man, that is huge. All right. He's saying here, like, hey, leave the altar and go make peace with your brother and then come back. That's what it's saying here. Don't keep that unpeacefulness. Like, come on. All right. Here we go. 25. Agree with your adversaries quickly while you are on the way with him, lest your adversaries deliver you to the judge and judge hand you over to the officer and you be thrown into prison. All right. So before you get thrown into prison, it says here, agree with your adversaries quickly while you're on the way with him, lest your adversary deliver you to the judge. So before you get delivered to the judge, hey, try to make peace and fix it. It's like, hey, I kind of messed up and I'm about to get arrested. Like, hey, make peace with whoever you need to make peace for before you get arrested. Because it says here, before they hand you over to the officer and you be thrown into prison. All right. So, hey, you still save yourself. Like, don't wait till you're in prison and then now you got to plead a case. Hey, make peace before all that. And then surely I say to you, you will by no means get out of there till you have paid the last penny. Hey, make peace. Jesus saying, the summary, Jesus saying, make peace. Hey, make peace. The sooner, the better. You don't have peace with your brother, go make peace with your brother and then come back. Here we go. 27. So adultery. This is huge. Man, this is huge, man. Especially in the Christian community, this is huge. All right. It's sad, but man, it's sad, but it's very important to teach this. All right. So adultery in your heart. You have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not commit adultery. adultery. You're married and you're having affairs. Do not commit adultery. But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. So Jesus is saying, before you even act on it, check your heart. Like, hey, how do we prevent adultery? Check your heart. Check your heart. Like, hey, don't lust. If you're lusting, oh man, like, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Because what's the next step? Is actually committing the adultery. Like, man, you got to get rid of that out of your heart before anything. So if you find yourself like, oh man, I'm lusting and it's all good, it's not a big, like, hey, it is. That's like one step before actually committing the act. So Jesus telling us here, check your heart. But I say to you, whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and cast it from you. For it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than your whole body to be cast into hell. So he's saying, hey, if you have trouble with this, it's better to plug out your eye. I'm not saying plug out your eye, but it's like, that's how serious it is. All right. That's how serious it is. It's like, don't lust. So you're controlling here. You're controlling your eyes and you're checking your heart. All right. That is how you avoid adultery. How do you avoid adultery? You check your eyes. It says here, and if your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and cast it from you. That's how serious this is. And before that, it says, I say to you, whoever looks at a woman in lust for her already committed adultery in his heart. Check your heart. That is how you avoid committing adultery. That is huge. 30. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and cast it from you, for it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to cast into hell. If your right hand offends, it says your right hand causes you to sin. What does that mean? That's huge, man. That is huge.